One of the very controversial verses in the Torah, in fact, it's mentioned several times in the Torah, is the one that says an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, and so on. And many people have misunderstood this to mean that, yes, when a person takes out someone else's eye or tooth, they pay for it an eye for an eye, literally. But yet, the oral tradition that was passed down from Moses down to our generation never understood it literally. Always understood it to mean compensation for the eye. And the Talmud devotes a few pages to demonstrating from the text logically how it couldn't possibly mean an eye for an eye. But then the question is, then why does the Torah say an eye for an eye? It could have just said, pay the value of an eye for an eye. The Torah talks about payment for various other damages, so why not say payment for the eye? The answer given by the famous sage of the 20th century, Rabbi Shlomo Yosef Zevin, based on Maimonides, is that in truth there's no such thing as paying for an eye. You can't pay for an eye. What you're giving is ransom for your own eye. The truth is that a person who takes out someone else's eye, or any other limb for that matter, deserves to have it happen to himself. What does that mean, he deserves it? In order for you to really recognize that you did something wrong, you have to personalize it. You have to imagine that you yourself have experienced this type of injury. How would you feel if your eye had to be taken out or was taken out? You would probably recognize how horrific that is. And therefore, when you express remorse for it by virtue of the payment, you're not going to feel that, oh, it's no big deal, I'm just paying a few dollars for it, whatever amount is. If you're a rich person, it doesn't mean much to you. So in effect, what you're really paying for is the value of your own eye. Really, you deserve to have your own eye taken out so that you would understand and relate and empathize. But the Torah says, in its infinite kindness, you just pay the value, but you're paying the value of what you would have suffered had you had your own eye taken out. The Torah teaches us the power of empathy, that a person has to always put himself in the shoes of the other, and then you could gain atonement.